Conservative New Media viewers, we've got a message to send to the New York Jets head coach Rex Ryan and to the New York Jets organization. And it is this. It is time to bench quarterback Mark Sanchez. Look, it's only been 4 games. I know that the New York Jets are 2-2 at this time. And you'd think, well, it's really not that bad. You know, Paul, it's not that bad. Give Mark Sanchez some more time. Usually I would agree with that, except for 2 things. Number one, we saw what Mark Sanchez looked like last year, and it looks a lot like what he's looking like this year. Number 2, you've got an option now with Tim Tebow. Yeah, Tim Tebow doesn't throw the ball well and this and that, and da-da-da-da, but Tim Tebow knows how to win football games. That's what he did with the Denver Broncos last year. That's what he did with Florida while he was in college. And with the way that Mark Sanchez is performing right now, I just don't think there's much of a downgrade, even in throwing, if you replace Mark Sanchez with Tim Tebow. I'm looking at the stats right in front of me as we speak. Right now, Mark Sanchez is 49% passing completion rate this season. That's not good. That's like Tim Tebow bad, basically. He has 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and his quarterback rating, if you're ready for this, is 69.6. That is ridiculously bad, incredibly bad. Now, if you want to compare that to the numbers that Tim Tebow put up in 2011, last year for the Denver Broncos, Tebow's completion percentage rate was 47%, so it's 2 points worse than Sanchez, but not a lot worse. 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. His quarterback rating was 72.9. So what we're seeing right here is, in terms of throwing metrics, these guys are about equal with what Tebow did last year and with what Sanchez is doing this year. However, one, we know Tebow, at least in my opinion, is a better leader than Mark Sanchez, and guys rally around him more than Mark Sanchez. And Tim Tebow's big, strong, can take the hits, and he can run. Mark Sanchez is not a runner. That's not what he does. So what we're looking at then is you have almost parity in the ability to throw the ball with what Mark Sanchez is demonstrating this year, but you don't get the running aspect and you don't get the leadership aspect. Now, we're only 4 games in. There's going to be a lot of people saying, Paul, this is premature. You're saying this too quick. But I'm telling you right now, anybody that's watched the Jets and watched Mark Sanchez knows where this is going. I've watched Mark Sanchez since he was in college. Actually followed him when he was in high school in Southern California. I like him. He's a good dude. I think he's handled the Tebow situation well. But with New England starting to find its form, they really got it done in the second half today against Buffalo when it looked like their season might be in jeopardy. They would look like they were staring at 1-3. And Buffalo also at 2-2, along with New England and the Jets. I would look for New England to start to surge. And what the Jets put out today was awful. Now, I know they're playing a great defense in the 49ers, but 34-0 on your home field and like no signs of offense. Plus, this is another reason why I say that I think it's about time to go to Tim Tebow. You lost Santonio Holmes today, and who knows how long he's going to be out. It looked bad, that foot injury, I believe it was. With him out, that's one of Sanchez's main targets, along with Keller, the tight end, who's also out right now. So I don't know how many weapons you're going to have in the passing game right now for Sanchez to use, even if he can find them and complete his passes, which he's not doing that well. So I just think you might want to go to more of a run-oriented game. I thought Tebow looked pretty good today in spurts. He had that little fake and that little pass across the middle that was fumbled after it was completed. That was a tough play for the receiver. He just got hit hard right when he caught the ball. But I'm not here to tell you that Tim Tebow is going to be Joe Montana or Dan Marino and throwing the ball. He's not there. He may never be there. But at least he's a couple years away from being where he needs to be mechanically to be a good thrower as an NFL quarterback. At least that's what I think. But he's tough. He never gives up. We know he can win. We know he can lead. And again, you're just not getting very much from Mark Sanchez right now. I know if you bench Mark Sanchez now, you might lose him. You might be kind of throwing up the white flag or whatever. I understand all of that. But if you're Rex Ryan, you brought in Tim Tebow, you need to win football games so you don't fall down into third or fourth place in your division. So I think it's seriously time for the New York Jets and Rex Ryan to consider benching Mark Sanchez and inserting Tim Tebow. We've seen it. There's enough evidence on the table now from last year and this year to see where this is going, and it's not going anywhere good, and it's not going to get any easier with Santonio Holmes out for what could be an extended period of time. Ditto for Darrelle Revis, who's out for the year with the ACL. So Gotham City, it's time to shake it up. Yep, you knew it was going to come. It was only a matter of time before it was Tebow time, and I think now, heading into Game 5, may be that time. For Conservative New Media, this is Paul Villarreal.